So what I want to show you now is how we're going to be doing the classwork. So like I mentioned, almost every class you'll have a classwork assignment at the end to do so that you can reinforce what we learned. So for this classwork assignment, we're practicing the print function and creating variables. So what I want you to do is write a program that creates variables with the following content. So the first thing is I want you to print some variables for me so that you can print these messages. So I'm going to just start you off with the first one. So here I have college name, Manchester Community College. So what I might do is say my college is Manchester Community College. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to print college name, and then I'm going to print the college. So this should print for me college name, colon, space, and then Manchester Community College. So here, what I just did was I created a variable to store Manchester Community College, and then I used a print statement to print it. And then I'm going to do the same for the other two lines, and I want you to do it on your own. So how do you, after you finish, how do you get things to work? So the first thing is under classwork, you will find the classwork assignment listed here. Now, what you need to do is click on the link here so that you can actually test your code. So HackerRank is a website that allows us to write code and test it. So I've created some test cases for you. The first time you log into HackerRank, you will need to sign up. You will need to create an account. You can use your personal email account or your school email account. It doesn't matter. And then after that, you will be able to sign up for my classwork. So let me log in. And so here you will find for chapter 2, there are 2 classwork assignments. We are doing the print function. So I'm going to click on solve challenge. And here, the first thing you need to do is change the language. So for me, it says Java 8. You need to select Python. And see here where it says Python 2 and 3, we are doing 3. So make sure you change it to Python 3, and you will get an empty page. So here, let's say I wrote all my code and I tested it. I'm going to do Control. I'm just going to highlight everything, Control C to copy it. I'm going to go here and do Control V to paste it. And you're not going to submit the code. We are not using the submission feature in HackerRank because that's a paid version, and we're going to be using only the free version. So you're going to just click on Run Code. And what Run Code is going to do, it's going to run your code and test it against my output. So here it's showing that your output is college name, Manchester Community College, and my expected output is just Manchester Community College. Okay, so here college name was supposed to be the variable name. So this should just college name, and I want you to print the college name. College name. That, go back and let's paste it. Let's run the code. And again, we will find that it's not correct because my code only produced 1 line and it's supposed to produce 3 lines. So once you create your other 2 variables and add your other print message function calls, you run the code, it should run and should give you a check mark here. Now, how do you submit your code? So what I want you to do is submit 2 things. I want you to submit your Python code and a screenshot with the green check mark here. So the easiest thing to do, I have a snipping tool on my computer. So what I do is I run it and I click on new, and then I take a screenshot of this, okay, and I save it. I will just save it in a folder that I will make. So I will make a specific folder. So I'm going to go to my desktop and I'm going to create a folder for Python Classwork. Python Classwork. And I'm going to name this is chapter 2.1. Okay. And I'm just going to save it there. So now I know that this is my file. And now I have that file. I'm going to go back to Blackboard. And I'm going to go click on the back arrow to go back to the classwork assignment. And the way you submit your code is you click on the title, and here you will find a place where it says Browse My Computer. You'll click on Browse My Computer, and then you will go to where you saved the file. So I saved it in Desktop, Python, Classwork, and there is my file. I will click Open. So this is just a screenshot. Now, here, this screenshot contains my code. So if I look at the code, it's already containing my code. As the code gets bigger, it will not be showing here, and you will need to be also submitting your Python file. So here, to run this code, I have to save first. The first time you run this code, you have to save it in a file. Mine is called test.py. And if you click on load, it will show you where the code is saved. So here, Mu saves it in C users and then your username, and then there's a folder called Mu code. So this is where it saved it. So let's say I wanted to submit this file, test.py also. So I'm going to go back to my web browser, Blackboard, and I'm going to click Browse again. And I'm going to go to my computer. So I'm going to click on this PC. I'm going to click on the C drive, click on users, my name, and I'm going to go find the Mu folder, and there it is. Okay. And then I will click on submit. Now, just know that if you click on save draft, it's going to save it for you, but I will not see it. So you have to click on submit for me to be able to see the classwork that you submitted. Okay. Now, the nice thing about classwork is that you can submit it numerous times as long as it's before the deadline. If you submit it and there's a mistake with it, I will grade it and return it back to you, and I will give you a chance to submit it, resubmit it again as long as it's before the due date.